Okay, so this is a big one. And I don't think anyone truly is ready for how good this is going to be. This came out of nowhere. I did not know about this game. I did not hear about this game. It showed up, and bam. I was like, damn. It's just one of those moments that you see a trailer. Like, you remember, like, original Fallout or whatever? Not original Fallout. Jesus fucking dating myself again. You know, when it became 3D and they had the commercials for it and stuff like that, and you first saw or think back to the first time that you saw it, and you said, damn, this is going to be good. Or Skyrim, for that matter. You think back and you see something and you go, that's game of the year. Dead on. That's game of the year. This is how I kind of felt watching this. Now, I have pre-watched this one. This is not one I'm watching all natural. But I will say I couldn't stop watching it. So we're going to watch it together, and then I'll give you a little bit of my opinions. And I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the backstory of some of the developers, because I think this is super interesting.
The glittering streets of Avalon sure do shine, because they sweep their filth down to us.
Yeah, your paper in. Who's for a paper?
Here's to playing in the mud. Life here ain't for the
So clean.
You will be paying me back until you fucking rust.
It ain't for the spineless.
Keep your filthy pickers off me.
And
The
it's
characters are
not for
crazy.
the decent.
That's a clean sweep for one.
There has been a crime! Justice itself has been affronted! I have been burgled!
Lord Griswick.
Burgled!
Yes,
Look at the
I've
character
got that
design.
part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill?
Look at the world.
We can't arrest and question everyone. Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down a bit.
Oh,
They were,
Trust your instincts, sir.
tall,
Yes, sir.
built rather slim.
this here is so exciting. This is the character creator. Okay? This is the fucking character creator. The guy goes in, if you've ever played, the only other game I've ever seen this in is if you've ever played Death Jam, Fight for New York, or the original Death Jam, one of them had the whole lineup thing where you do, like, the sketch artist is like, okay, so what the guy who hit you look like? And you're like making them. This is the same thing, but this has crazy depth. And I think it is so, like, you can see over here, it says available traits, Street Stalker, Scrap Savvy. This is going to be a real clean RPG experience with, like, depth and, like, choices that you make that have, like, long-standing effects and, like, leveling up and doing all that stuff. In this world, that's fucking sick. We haven't had a game like this that I know of. We came close a few times, but not this deep, and not looking this good, and not with this level of expression, not with this level of, like, voice acting.
Well, muscular. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry I stopped the video, but I had to reiterate what you're looking at, because I didn't realize this is the character creator. And look at the styles that you get to pick from.
They got my good side this
And then
time.
bam, you get your wanted poster, and that's your character. Wow.
Your brandy, sir.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol. Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
You talk to me first, and him never. Got it?
Uncle's a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
Touchy? I say I'm touchy! There. Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Round here.
That's
it's all
crazy.
Sharp edges, empty pockets,
Look at this world.
and blood on the cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
No, no! I'll hurt you, you fucking meatsack! I'll leave you with a pissing pad of peaches!
You'd either got a gang at your back, or a knife in it.
We're family here. Family takes care of its own.
Can't put a price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
Amazing.
Beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
Armor, the
That's why it pays to be clever and well armed.
oh my god. I didn't even see that. Because I stopped the video. You can craft your own weapons. It's got crafting. Look at this. My god, look at this.
Let's go and end a few arguments. Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon
That part,
far worse.
suspicious. I'll talk about that in a little bit.
Time. And if they can rewrite history,
Oh yeah, time travel. You get to do time travel in this.
but
Your
look
choices
who
make
just
other
found
stuff.
these keys. Now I can fiddle with time. Put the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl. Take a mistake and make it like it never happened. We can change the world as we know it.
Wow.
One choice at a time. And I can even go back and change the past to change the future. And let me tell you, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
Time travel. RPG. Steampunk. Amazing. 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 Now, the only points that I'll bring up that I think could be an issue is we know from experience that this is a trailer. Okay? Gameplay matters. If the combat is clean, I think the rest of it will help. I think the rest of it, I don't think the character creator is going to become a problem. I don't think any of the mechanics look bad. I don't think any of the world looks bad. I think the characters are interesting. I think the storylines they're going to tell are very interesting. I mean, I don't think anything can beat the levels of Red Dead, but there could be, again, two disappointing things, which is, what if the world's not as alive as it seems here? What if it's not as interactive? What if it's more on rails than they show? And what if your choice isn't meaningful, but that makes it seem like it is? But again, also, what if the combat's not good? That combat in that middle part where he was fighting those guys looked kind of wonky, but that doesn't mean that that's representative of the whole game. We don't even know what that scene was. But I will say this. Holy shit. And I wanted to take you guys through something else that's super important about the developer. These are the same people who made A Bard's Tale. Okay? The original Bard's Tale was fucking clean. Where is it? This one. Like, it's not the original. But if you've ever played Bard's Tale and you know about those things, and then they have a lot of other games where they have had experiences making story-based RPG type games, I really believe that they have the right experience. This is not coming out of left field. They have the right stuff to make this game work. And I think it will work. I think it will be so clean. I am just floored that I have not heard anything about this, and I only accidentally found out about it. I just keep thinking about Fallout. It's like it feels like Fallout. Like, all the stuff that I liked about Fallout, I feel like are in this game. And you know, the thing about Fallout, the things that I was just talking about, they didn't really matter. Like, if the choices weren't that impactful, or the characters weren't exactly like living and all that stuff, like, I gave Fallout passes on that. You know, we gave Fallout more leniency because we liked the people who are making it and all that stuff. And I think on this, it needs to have some level of forgiveness if it's not perfect, but it looks so crazy to me that we're actually going to get a game like this, because out of all the games that people have said that they want, right? When do we ever really get what we say we want, right, in a game? Very rarely. But when it does happen, you get stuff like Path of Exile, where you're like, holy shit, we have said that this is what we want, and we got it. But that's so rare nowadays, because in the olden days, it was really, look at Diablo, for example, a group of guys sitting around a desk on their computers saying, you know what would be really cool? And then they said, oh, you know what else would be really cool? And then they kind of formed it into a game. Whereas nowadays, we just don't get that. You know, so back then we got games we didn't even know we wanted. We couldn't even conceive that we wanted these things. Nowadays, we kind of know what we want, and we say it, and no one hears us. I think there's a lot of indie game people, though, that do listen to what people want, because they're just normal people as well. A lot of indie devs. And I think this game, whether they meant to or not, put so many things that have so many what would you call them? So many paths of convergence. So, like, you got your good storyline, your good aesthetic, you know, like BioShock, right? You had your good storyline, good aesthetic, good combat, good this, good that, and they all come together and meet in the middle, and it's just perfection. All its flaws don't matter. We don't get very many games like that. I know a lot of people like that Black Myth Wukong, and that kind of felt like one of those convergence games where all the right stuff comes together and it blows you away. But I'm telling you right now, this looks so fucking cool. This looks so cool. I'm playing the shit out of this. I really need to start posting gameplay, but recording gameplay for me is a little bit difficult. Because my computer likes to act like a little spoiled bitch. But anyway, tell me what you guys thought of this game. Tell me if you're excited. I'm fucking through the roof. And I'll catch you in the next one.